All right, let's get this show on the road. Now, I didn't see the video, but somebody told me that Chris said I was a wimpy little bitch. I'm anything but, dude. I'm anything but. And this coming from a guy that has to carry a gun down his pants everywhere they go to feel protected. Seriously? Paranoid much? You have to carry a gun everywhere you go to feel that you can protect your family? It's pretty sad, man. You don't have any right to call anybody else a wimp. Because anybody has to carry a gun all the time, especially in a small area. You're weird, man. And then he this is funny. It's funny right here. He says I'm jealous of him. So what am I supposed to be jealous of? I'm jealous of the guy that can't even spell fire. Spells it far. Got firewood. That's what the sign. If you haven't seen the sign, he's got a sign up at the end of the driveway that says "Got firewood." F-A-R. Idiot can't even spell fire. I'm supposed to be jealous of that. Sorry, but I would not be jealous of anybody who has to live with Hollie. A woman that won't even take care of her children's already had 3 of them taken away because of her neglect. A woman who's already been married 3 times is still married and then living with you. That's sickening. You both are sickening. And I'm supposed to be jealous of that? That's just flat out laughable. Seriously, man. That is flat out laughable. I have a little story about Hollie that shows how self-centered and narcissistic she is and what kind of person she is. This is what a lady told me last night. She's one of my subscribers. This is what one of my subscribers sent me last night. And she starts off telling me, this kills me, but I will tell you. Because I had asked her, she'd kind of hinted at something, and I asked her, and I can fully understand why it was so difficult for her to tell me this story. She says, I can't even remember how many years ago it was, but I had already figured out what kind of people they were. This makes me cry, so I'll overlook my typing. I was watching one of their videos. Elion was screaming in the truck, and they ignored it. They ignored it the whole time. So my 25-year-old daughter was killed by a drunk driving Houston, Texas cop. 3 times over the legal limit. He was very, very drunk. He hit her at 90 miles an hour head on. Oh my God, this kills me. I can understand why. Anyway, the cop got away with murder. But I had spent the whole day with my beautiful daughter, the last day I ever saw her. I'm having a hard time reading it, to be honest with you. I can't imagine. When Elion was screaming alone in the truck, it made me mad. They ignored him. So I commented on their video that they should have checked on Elion and spend as much time with him as possible, because someday they may lose him like I lost my daughter. That was nothing bad, but one of them replied with, LOL, your daughter is lucky she's gone. And I bet she is happier now that she is away from you. This woman lost her daughter, and all she's trying to do is say, look, spend as much time as you can. Understand where she was coming from. She lost her daughter. And they make a remark like that in return, LOL. She's lucky she's gone. If that doesn't tell you what kind of people they are, nothing will. Absolute scumbags. To laugh at somebody losing a child? Seriously? That's just, it's mean, it's cruel, and it just shows their mentality. Yeah, they act all Christian, but then they say stuff like that. They steal, they lie. You people who support them are idiots. If you keep supporting them. Why you support them in the first place, I do not understand, because why would you support a lazy ass who won't work? And they haven't accomplished anything in 5 years. Nothing. The only thing they've accomplished is getting free gift cards to eat out all the time, which most of us can't afford. They can afford beer, they can afford cigarettes, they can afford, I would imagine, drugs. Because I just can't see Hollie stopping her habits. Hollie's never taken care of any of her kids, and she won't even take care of Elion. That's partially why Chris has to stay home. Because she's either too lazy, and we'll see in some comments today. I know there's some comments in there that talk about this very subject. I noticed that Mildred Larson, the picture and everything is no longer there. They've changed it. But I still know it's you, Tammy Walters. Now, being an ex-cop, I automatically ask a lot of questions, especially when I see behavior that does not make sense. It makes no sense to me that somebody with a pretty good position at a nursing home, Tammy Walters is the activity director at Freeburg Care Center, and I just can't understand, seeing what we see from these scumbags, why would you ever support them? Secondly, why would you go to the extremes that you have to try to discredit me and others? So I got to thinking about that. Why? Why would somebody do that? Why would somebody defend people who are obviously lowlifes, who obviously are just moochers, that don't want to do anything for themselves? Yeah, Chris is nailing a few boards together now because he got called out on it. Yeah. And I guarantee you they're not staying there at that campground. Or not the campground, but on the land. And the only time they stay at a campground is when they're running from CPS again. But I have to ask the question, why would somebody who has a decent position, that seems to be who you'd think would be a normal citizen, why would they defend Chris and Hollie? Why would they go after me and other people making a fake account? Oh, and we know why you made a fake account, because your employer would not like what you're doing. And they probably don't like why you're doing it. Because I'm going to tell you what I think. And I'm not accusing Tammy of anything, but 2 plus 2 always equals 4. I can't imagine her going to all the trouble to discredit me and others. Come out, make a fake account, start posting stuff in Facebook group, spinning a narrative about me that isn't true. Just taking a few things I said completely out of context and then try to create the same narrative that Stephanie Noyes did. Why would she do that? Then I got to thinking. She's the activity director at Freeburg Care Center, which means she has contact with all of the residents there. And she probably gets pretty close to all the residents. She becomes like their confidant. And so my next thought is, I wonder how many of those residents she talked into contributing to Chris and Hollie. Now, I'm thinking that nobody's going to do anything like that unless it's for financial gain. I just can't see anybody defending these scumbags who isn't profiting from it. So then I have to ask, is she profiting from it? Now, I'm not accusing her. This is hypothetical. Is she talking residents into contributing, taking advantage of the elderly, and talking them into contributing to Chris and Hollie? Well, you know, if an investigation was launched, it would be very, very easy to prove. Have you guys ever heard of the crime conspiracy to defraud? I wonder how much prison time all of you would get for multiple counts of conspiracy to defraud, especially when it comes to the elderly. They have specific laws for that. You might want to research it, because if, Tammy, you have been talking residents into contributing to them, I can't imagine that somebody would defend Chris and Hollie unless they're maybe getting a cut of the action. I'm going to have a little talk with Amy today, or actually on Monday. Well, actually, I'm going to go ahead and just send her an email. Let her know what's going on. And that they need to look into this. Now, maybe she hasn't talked anybody into contributing. But it doesn't make any sense that somebody with a good position would be a part of their scam. Because you know it's a scam. Their whole thing is a scam that they've had all planned out. You people need to stop supporting them now. If you can support people like this, I don't know how you can look at yourself in the mirror. Seriously, I mean that. Knowing what you know about these people, and we're going to share some more stuff today. Knowing what you know about these people, how can you look at yourself in the mirror? How can you send them another dime? I just don't understand. I still have not understood it. I don't understand it. Somebody told me that there were a lot of their subs who were working at nursing homes and things like that. I think this needs to be investigated. The whole thing. I have some contacts with the Department of Justice because I'm sure it's gone across multi-states, which would make it a federal matter. I have some contacts with the Department of Justice, one of whom is my ex-boss. Used to be the U.S. Attorney for Montana. I'm going to be contacting some people. By the way, even electronic transfers leave an electronic paper trail. Ooh. Because here's what's going to happen. If they investigate this and they find out that it's basically a scam ring with multiple people getting elderly people at nursing homes and other facilities to contribute, just let me say, you guys are in deep shit. Really deep shit. So, Mildred, look at the can of worms that you open. Now, if you haven't done anything wrong other than be an idiot, you have nothing to worry about. But like I say, if people have contributed, very easy to prove. And if they've contributed, with all of the other incriminating evidence of what you're doing, you're up shit creek without a paddle. Just saying. All right. Let's go ahead and we'll get into the rest of the comments that I wanted to go over. All right. First one says, blank should have never invited this white trash on the island in the first place. As another poster said, it's obvious by watching very few of their videos that these are the kind of people you need to stay away from. I would agree. All right, next one says, so all the money Chris and Hollie take and beg from their subs is okay now. A neglected child is okay. What about their landlady in Knott's Island, North Carolina? Was she bad too? That yard there was disgusting. Mattresses, clothes, toys, garbage all over the yard. Saw Chris in one video helping her. She gave him a vintage popcorn maker like carnivals use. He turned on her, called the water poison, swore Elion had lead in his blood. Was never shown, though. Yeah, there was never any proof of that. And they didn't. How do you know if he has lead in his blood if you never took him to a doctor, you dipshit? They were going to sue her, but left, leaving behind their mobile home they own. Two landlords now. A third will be coming. Chris and Hollie, the lazy middle-aged couple, will continue to hurt everyone. They have no friends. Where's your friends that you're going to have with you talking about in your video where you guys are going to sit around and party? You got no friends, dude. Who the hell would be friends with you or Hollie? The only ones you can get are online friends that don't see what's going on in real life. Yeah, because all your subs see is what goes on camera. Copper, stop it. Copper, get out here. Get out here. Stop it. Get your food. I even put egg on it for you. You're so picky. He's being a turd. All right, it says they have no friends, cannot get along with anyone, causes trouble everywhere they go. Anyone with common sense can see in their videos. Start out a video asking for PayPal donations. Even made a video called "Can We Spend All Our Gift Cards in One Day?" These people don't appreciate this stuff, people. They don't. They don't appreciate a thing. Only cooking I have ever seen was done by Chris. She is so lazy. eBay has banned them twice because they owe them money. So should we attack eBay now? Everything they do is someone else's fault. No, the fault is theirs and their lifestyle. And I totally agree. Yeah, because these kind of people, as I've said, I've dealt with this kind of people when I was a cop. And just other instances, too, where I've seen people like this. Coffee. Yeah, they don't appreciate anything. And they're all smug and entitled now, and you guys have created that. Just stupid. You people have no sense that support them. Either that or you're getting a cut too. All right, this next person says, Hollie definitely has mental issues, as were apparent to me when they were living on the island. She was so depressed, kept talking about being in a funk. I think most people were fed up with both of them. I think she has a severe personality disorder and thus can't handle too much of poor Elion. My husband and I first thought this was why Chris stopped driving a truck when she was pregnant. Now I know it's just because he's lazy. Getting pregnant at 38 was done to trap him, in my opinion, too. We often thought he might have been an okay guy before getting with her, but I'm not so sure now. They aren't married, by the way, and one has to wonder why. Well, because she's married to somebody else. Could she be getting state benefits? Wouldn't surprise me. Either that or everything is in his name to stop creditors and child support enforcement from getting it. Well, she already said in a previous video that she was getting food stamps, which she shouldn't, because she filed as a single mom, and she's not a single mom. This next person says, I don't think she can be alone. I don't think she is capable of taking care of herself if Chris were to ever leave. No vehicle, obviously no job, and no home. She couldn't afford to rent anything. When she freaked out about having to be alone with Elion after Chris went to work, I thought, good grief, women do that all the time. I think you are right about her having mental health issues. The attention always has to be on her. In one of her videos where she colored her hair, little Elion was jumping all around and wanted to talk to the camera, and the camera was focused just on her, and she didn't even acknowledge him. I also agree that she got pregnant to trap Chris. All right, next person says, and keep in mind this is back at least a couple of years ago when they're saying this, so it's not current. It says, look at their latest video. They thank all the ones that supported the channel for the month, which meant money to their PayPal. Saw them in one video while they lived at Knott's Island, North Carolina, say they were so bored because it had been raining. So their subs sent them money to stay at a lodge with an indoor swimming pool, and they also bought underwater camera equipment. People, anybody that does that, you seriously need a CAT scan. I mean, to see if you have any brains. Says, I could not believe this. I can't either. Like, we all don't get bored at times. Read a book. Clean your house. Yeah. Good idea. Pay attention to your child. Another good idea. Are their subs that brainwashed? Must be. They have been banned from eBay 2 or 3 times now. One for trying to sell a fake purse. Others for owing eBay money. Hey, maybe all of us working our butts off are in the wrong job. Just make videos and beg. No, would rather earn my money and come home to a TV dinner. Let them believe the earth is flat and all that weird made-up beliefs they have. But they are crossing a bad line telling their subs that COVID is a hoax and not to wear a mask. Yeah, I can vouch that COVID ain't no hoax. I had it. There are some very good dumpster divers out there that fill pantry boxes and donate most everything they find and never ask for money. But they come up with another plan. They get other divers to like them and get their subs. They have no friends because they do not know the meaning of the word friend. Watch their videos. Tells you everything about them. Have seen them party with Chris, walking on bonfires, Hollie with a bottle of booze in her hand, dancing around while I sit here terrified. Elion was going to get in the fire. Have heard Elion cough so bad. Wonder if he ever goes to the doctor or has had his shots. No, I guarantee you no. Both of those. He is going on 4 years old, back when this was written. I've seen that little boy run through parking lots in cold weather and only socks, left in running cars and plays with the lights. And what if he put it in gear? Well, you'd have to be able to reach the brake, but he is used in their little pawn scheme to get money. Why is CPS not involved here? We can talk about this, but why is no one doing anything? She could be tracked down for owing so much back child support. Also, notice they never change tags or get car insurance. Heard Hollie say that in one video, reporting their videos, especially the ones calling COVID a hoax, telling people the mask is the mark of the beast. You're going to start a fire there. Unbelievable. All right, here's another one. Do you know they have had multiple GoFundMe accounts, a van fund, a barn raising fund? Every sub sent $2. Hollie said she would put it in a jar and they could buy a house. Sure, there was more, plus their subs sending money and gift cards. She never cooks. No one ever questioned where all that money went. They even tell their Amazon wish list, even pretend to have nothing to cook out. Yep, big hints now for Elion's bedroom, dinosaur toy box, etc. On his last birthday, Chris told his son he was buying him a bike. So they went to Walmart and told the so-and-so bought it. Family. I did not see them by their own child. Nothing for his, but I did not see them by their own child anything for his birthday. I'll tell you, man. If you people can support this scum, really makes me wonder where your head is. Well, it's up your ass. You know that. But you need to put a window in your stomach so you can see. I guess it's just us good people who work hard, put in our time and hours to earn our paycheck, pay our bills on time to keep our credit good so we can buy our house with our own money. I've never thought one time about asking people for money for what I can do for myself. Just have to wonder what their families really think of them. Next person says, yes, they stole the corn from a field near their house they rent. It is for animals. This way, this doesn't make any sense. This, I guess this is a way to make their subs feel bad for them. I have seen Hollie eat off fruit at Walmart or a fruit stand and put the uneaten piece back in. You do that and you get gift cards to eat out every day. That's just totally classless. Totally classless. But I haven't accused either of you yet of having any class, so par for the course. All right. Next person says, I have read the comments and I just shake my head. Why do these people fall for their crap? When they were living in the trailer, she shot a video with her and Elion in the bathtub. I always wondered why she would bathe that baby in the tub if the water was questionable, which I guess they were claiming it was poison. They talk out of both sides of their arse. They load that baby up on candy and claim to feed him organically. Yeah, how many times we said with her other kids, she just handed them a bag of candy and wouldn't cook for them, unless she was absolutely forced to. She's got to be the laziest person I've ever seen. Next person says, no telling how much Hollie owes in back child support. They will never work or get married. They love the food stamps too much, so much they make it public. Just imagine what we don't know. Elle, who is her oldest child, I guess, must be the smartest one. He has nothing to do with Hollie, and no one could blame him. The next one says, the one thing this woman is good at is dumping her kids off to be raised by others. If anything ever happened to Chris, she would do the same with Elion, cut and run. They're both pathetic and poor. Elion will pay the price. Could you imagine these two idiots going to his class for a parent-teacher conference? If they ever put him in school. Man, I guess in a few years we will see. All right, next one. It says they're really just nobody. What do they offer to our society? Crap, dirty, filthy trash. Sorry, but when I think of these two, I just get grossed out. I'd like to comment about what it'd be like at a parent-teacher conference with those two. Can't imagine them homeschooling Elion. Yeah, but at least he'd learn how to spare firewood. Too much work. Yeah, that's another thing. Poor child does not stand a chance, and I've said the same thing many times. Hate to think he would end up just like them. Chris is more interested in Elion being a tough kid rather than teaching him. Bet they don't read to him either. How sad. Oh, I guarantee it. I don't think that Chris could read a first grade level book. And I'm not being facetious when I say that. I really believe that. Even the first grader know how to spell fire. Oh, my word. Next one says, can you imagine what that little boy will be like as he gets older? Just ask or beg and he will get it. He is not going to be cute all of his life. When he first started running around those dark parking lots while they were around in the dumpster, I always thought how someone could just drive by with their lights off and just grab him and take off. I watched one video, and Elian was a baby, and Hollie got out of the dumpster and just started breastfeeding him when he got back in the truck. All dirty and nasty like that. They have no respect for other people or their property. Knocking those seed pods into that cornfield, I don't know what that's about. People left comments that those things will take root and grow. No respect. A lot of times I turn their videos on and then I pause it just to read the comments. Yeah. Yeah, but most of the bad ones, if not all of them, they delete them. They'll delete and block a person. All right. This last one I'm going to read for today. This is all I can take of these people. Make me sick. This person says, I was never a sub of their channel. I watched them very early when Hollie was pregnant. Always had a gut feeling something was not right. Then Elian was born. He would sit in that car seat and cry as they ignored him to jump in dumpsters. As he got older, he would walk around in parking lots in the cold and only socks on his feet, them in coats, that child in short sleeves. That's just unbelievable. Sometimes Hollie would yell, do we still have a child? Their subs sent coats, socks, so many clothes. You might see him wear them one time. Very expensive toys were sent to him and still are. But Chris and Hollie will still say he needs toys. Yeah, because they're taking it back and selling them and getting money out of it. Idiots. Sending this crap. In one of their last videos, one of their last P.O. box opening, people sent him a camera, books, trucks, child laptops, leapfrog stuff, all educational stuff. Where did it go? Like I said, I just told you. A DVD player for their car, DVDs for him to watch. Saw it once, never again. People send Hollie clothes and coats, yet she dresses like a bag lady. Only thing they love is money to their PayPal and gift cards to fancy restaurants and their Starbucks. Homeless and drinking, $8 coffees, wine, and beer. That is beyond insane. $8 is my coffee budget for the month. Try a can of Folgers like the rest of us. Try cooking and eat Hamburger Helper and eat on a pot of spaghetti for 2 days. People that work and are poor know how to live. Yeah, I can vouch for that. I read comments and skim through their channel. I have seen this over and over. They lose subs, get shout-outs from other divers, and get new subs. I have a gut feeling, no proof of this, but think another sub has rented to them. They will become a victim again soon, and another person will be to blame for the third time. Yes, their channel needs removed. I couldn't agree more. The free life needs to end, and they need a real job. But that would have to be Chris, as Hollie's would be garnished for years of back child support. You know, you guys don't understand how hard making these videos is for me to do. I really, honestly, get so disgusted both at them and at you people who support them. It's about time they got kicked out of the nest. And if you guys are involved in some shady deal with senior citizens and you're scamming them out of money, your channel will end because you will be in prison. Not accusing you of it, but I'm just saying if, because I am going to have it investigated. and it will be very easy to prove. Electronic paper trails. See ya.